All right, true believers, let's cut through the noise. Ironheart is finally here, and yes, we're diving into everything. From Mephisto's audacious twist to Riri's final suit upgrade, this is your no-holds-barred, spoiler-packed review and fan analysis of Marvel's latest Disney Plus series. Prepare for a deep dive into what worked, what absolutely didn't, and what this show truly means for the future of the MCU. After a brief but impactful introduction in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, the stage was set for Riri Williams to take flight in her own series. Marvel promised a fresh perspective, a new generation of genius. But did Ironheart deliver on that promise, or did it fall prey to the same pitfalls that have plagued recent MCU outings? We're here to dissect every circuit and every emotional beat. This isn't just a casual watch. For comic readers, Riri Williams represents a significant evolution in the Iron Man legacy. Her journey from a brilliant MIT student to a formidable hero is compelling on paper. The question is, did the Disney Plus adaptation capture that essence, or did it dilute the very core of what makes Ironheart a fan favorite? Let's pull back the curtain. Despite the skepticism that often surrounds new MCU projects, Ironheart did manage to land some critical hits. These moments, characters, and narrative choices offered a glimpse of the potential this series truly held. They are the reasons many of us kept watching, hoping for a payoff. Dominique Thorne absolutely nails the emotional weight of Riri Williams. From her struggles navigating the elite academic world of MIT to her deeply personal family moments, she feels incredibly real and grounded. This authenticity is a rare and precious commodity in Marvel's often criticized recent output. Thorne imbues Riri with a vulnerability and intelligence that makes her instantly relatable, a stark contrast to some of the more one-dimensional portrayals we've seen. Her performance anchors the entire series, allowing us to genuinely invest in Riri's journey. For comic readers, Thorne captures the spirit of a young genius, burdened by immense potential and personal loss. She's not just a tech whiz. She's a complex character grappling with grief, identity, and the immense pressure of living up to a legacy she never asked for. This emotional depth is arguably the show's greatest strength. The final suit? Absolutely phenomenal. That vibranium-enhanced Ironheart Mark II is sleek, powerful, and visually stunning. More importantly, it pays profound respect to both Wakandan technology and the foundational principles of Stark tech. This isn't just a cool design, it's a symbolic representation of Riri's unique position at the intersection of two technological titans. The evolution of her suits throughout the series, from the clunky prototypes to this refined masterpiece, visually charts her growth as a hero. It's a testament to her ingenuity and her ability to synthesize disparate elements into something truly her own. For comic fans, seeing the suit evolve and incorporate Wakandan elements was a fantastic nod to her comic book connections and a visually satisfying payoff. Anthony Ramos as the Hood was a standout performance, injecting a much-needed dose of genuine menace into the series. The magic versus tech conflict he embodies gave us something genuinely fresh and intriguing within the MCU's often formulaic villain landscape. His arc felt darker and more morally ambiguous than expected for a Disney Plus show, pushing the boundaries of what we typically see. Parker Robbins, the Hood, is a character with deep roots in the Marvel Comics, known for his demonic powers and criminal underworld connections. Ramos brought a compelling blend of desperation and ambition to the role, making him a surprisingly effective antagonist. His initial motivations felt grounded, and his powers offered a unique challenge for Riri's tech-based heroism. That Mephisto tease in Episode 5? Unexpected, audacious, and incredibly bold. Marvel might finally be pulling the trigger on supernatural elements and one of its most anticipated comic villains after years of teasing and fan speculation. This brief but impactful moment sent shockwaves through the fandom, hinting at a much larger, darker tapestry being woven. For comic readers, the introduction of Mephisto is monumental. He's a cosmic-level threat, a literal devil figure who has tormented heroes across the Marvel Universe. His potential involvement opens up a Pandora's box of magical storylines, potentially tying into Doctor Strange, Agatha Harkness, and even the long-rumored Dark Reign storyline. This tease alone elevated the show's significance for many. While Ironheart had its moments of brilliance, it was unfortunately plagued by a series of missteps that undermined its overall potential. These issues are not just minor quibbles, they represent fundamental flaws in storytelling, execution, and visual fidelity that have become frustratingly common in recent MCU productions. The pacing, again, this is a recurring complaint for many Disney Plus Marvel series, and Ironheart is no exception. Episodes 2 or 4 in particular drag significantly, feeling padded and directionless at times. The MIT subplot, while initially promising, could have been much tighter and more efficiently integrated into the main narrative. It often felt like filler, slowing down the momentum. This sluggish pacing dilutes the urgency of Riri's journey and the threat posed by the Hood. Instead of a propulsive narrative, we got a meandering one, which is particularly frustrating for a show with a limited episode count. A more focused script could have easily condensed these middle episodes, allowing for a more impactful build-up to the climax. Riri's best friend Natalie's twist death in episode 6 was a genuinely great idea on paper, designed to provide a significant emotional catalyst for Riri. However, its execution was woefully underdeveloped and ultimately felt cheap. The emotional impact, which should have been devastating, was severely blunted by the rushed nature of the scene and the lack of proper build-up. For such a pivotal moment in Riri's character development, the show failed to earn the tragedy. Natalie, while present, wasn't given enough screen time or character depth for her death to resonate as deeply as it should have. This felt like a narrative shortcut, a convenient way to push Riri into her final heroic form, rather than a truly earned moment of loss and consequence. The Hood's motivations, which started so compellingly, felt increasingly inconsistent and muddled by the end of the series. They set him up as a major, formidable threat, a desperate man driven by a desire to save his family. Yet his final battle felt rushed, anticlimactic, and ultimately failed to deliver on the promise of his character. His descent into a more generic villain felt unearned. The climactic confrontation lacked the gravitas and intensity that such a powerful antagonist deserved. It felt like the writers struggled to find a satisfying resolution for his character, opting for a quick wrap-up rather than a nuanced conclusion. This is a common MCU villain problem: strong introductions, weak finishes. The CGI during the rooftop battle and several other sequences was, frankly, rough, especially that mid-air blast freeze frame. It looked like something out of a PlayStation 3 cutscene, not a multi-million-dollar Marvel production. This isn't just a nitpick. Poor visual effects actively pull the viewer out of the immersion, making it difficult to suspend disbelief. In an era where visual effects are paramount for superhero narratives, these glaring inconsistencies are unacceptable. They betray a rushed production schedule or insufficient budget allocation, ultimately diminishing the overall quality of the viewing experience. For a show centered around advanced technology and magical powers, the visual execution needs to be flawless, not distracting. The final moments of Ironheart were packed with significant implications, not just for Riri Williams herself, but for the broader Marvel Cinematic Universe. These scenes served as both a conclusion to her inaugural season and a tantalizing prologue for what's to come. Let's break down the symbolism and the massive reveals. The final battle in Chicago, where Riri makes the pivotal decision to sacrifice her original suit to save the city, was deeply symbolic. This act wasn't just about saving lives. It was about Riri finally stepping out of Tony Stark's colossal shadow. By destroying the suit that was so heavily influenced by his designs, she symbolically shed the last vestiges of his legacy, asserting her own identity as Ironheart. This moment signifies her true emergence as an independent hero, one who makes her own choices and bears her own burdens. It's a powerful visual metaphor for her growth and maturity, moving beyond being merely a successor to becoming a unique force in her own right. For comic fans, this is a crucial step in her journey to becoming the Ironheart we know and love. The final scene, featuring Riri meeting with Shuri in Wakanda, was a clear and exciting hint at the formation of the Young Avengers, or Champions. This connection solidifies Riri's place within the next generation of MCU heroes, forging alliances that will undoubtedly shape future narratives. The bond between these two brilliant young women, both inheritors of powerful legacies, is ripe with storytelling potential. This scene opens up a multitude of possibilities for team-ups and shared adventures. It signals Marvel's clear intention to build out its roster of younger heroes, setting the stage for a new era of superhero teams. For comic readers, this is a long-awaited development, as the Young Avengers and Champions have been fan-favorite teams for years. And then, the post-credits scene, a moment that sent shockwaves through the entire Marvel fandom. Yep, that's unmistakably Doctor Doom's voice, referencing Magitech contamination. This single line is a monumental reveal, confirming the long-anticipated arrival of one of Marvel's most iconic and formidable villains. This show, perhaps unexpectedly, low-key set up not just Armor Wars, but also the highly anticipated Fantastic Four movie. The mention of Magitech contamination directly links Doom to the unique blend of magic and technology that the Hood wielded, and by extension, Riri's own tech. This establishes Doom as a character who understands and potentially seeks to control both realms, making him an even more terrifying threat. For comic fans, this is the ultimate payoff, signaling that the MCU is finally ready to introduce its greatest villain. The implications for the entire multiverse saga are immense. Ironheart swings big, and while it undeniably stumbles in pacing, narrative consistency, and visual polish, it delivers significantly on character and future promise. Dominique Thorne's Riri Williams is a compelling lead, and the show lays crucial groundwork for major MCU developments, particularly with the tantalizing Doctor Doom tease. Riri Williams is here to stay, and her future in the MCU looks incredibly bright, despite the show's imperfections. Final score 7.5/10. Better than Secret Invasion, but not quite Loki tier. It's a series that had moments of genuine brilliance overshadowed by frustrating flaws. Yet its importance to the overarching MCU narrative cannot be overstated. So, what does this all mean for the future? The seeds planted in Ironheart are massive. We're talking about the potential for a young Avengers team, a deeper dive into the supernatural side of the MCU, and the long-awaited arrival of Doctor Doom. This series, despite its flaws, is a crucial stepping stone. Now we want to hear from you. Did Ironheart live up to your expectations? What did you love, and what left you scratching your head? Drop your thoughts, theories, and wildest predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth Marvel analysis, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. Let's keep the conversation going. True believers.